What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, it's been a little bit since I made an AMC video. This is going to be a good one. It's going to talk a lot about the facts behind what is happening with AMC, especially because we are just a few weeks away from the potential split announcement when the vote is going to occur, and a lot of the voting is already being requested and balloted as of right now. I want to talk about a couple things behind it. I'm going to give you my opinion on this, and then also just talk a little bit about previous instances when it comes to other catalysts. Okay, so let's get right into it. First off, AMC is having a great day, up around 15% as I'm making this a video right now. It's trying to hang on to that $6 level. Before I even talk about AMC, let me just show you guys that I still hold. Okay, AMC, very ironic, is 801 is my unit cost. I still hold AMC. Okay, I don't have any options anymore, as you can see. I mean, obviously I'm only showing one stock, but my long portfolio is pretty much empty. It's been pretty much empty for quite some time, and I trade off of Thinkorswim, and most recently Webull, especially with the quick trade, just for the no commissions. But I don't have any options with AMC. I had a lot in 2021. Some of them expired, very profitably. Some of them I had sold profitably as well. Some of them obviously, had expired, worthless. Some like the long shot ones. If you are saying to yourself, hey, Jeff, you did have more shares than this original 4,200, you are absolutely correct. I did. I had bought some more. My original average was somewhere around like the $13 range, but I had, purchased some more over time, back before the run up in May of 21, June of 21. And then I'd sold some covered calls to offset some of this cost, because I'm down about $8,500 as of right now. And unfortunately, a couple times, the covered calls did get hauled away. After, I think it was twice. After the second time, I haven't sold any covered calls, especially just because the premiums aren't nearly as lucrative, but I did. And so here I am sitting at 4,200 shares. I haven't added in quite a while. My unit cost is ironically 801, but I still hold with you guys. Okay. So let me just, make that clear. Okay. So let's get into what I want to talk about. The main thing I want to talk about is this reverse stock split. Okay. There's a lot of speculation going around on the internet right now on, whether you should vote, whether you shouldn't vote. You've got, it's just like every other catalyst we've had. You have one side that is die hard yes, one side that is die hard no. Well, my opinion relies solely on the facts. And let's talk about reverse splits. Okay. You can go through some examples. You can, research, previous reverse stock splits, how they work. If you're new to the market or you haven't been around for quite some time, I want you to look up dry ship. Okay, it's the old ticker DRYS. It is one of the biggest manipulations of reverse stock splits ever in history. Okay, no, it never traded at over $1 million. Go look it up and research it. But this talks about reverse stock splits, why companies do it, okay? And some of the reasoning behind it. The biggest reasoning is to avoid the delisting, and the other one is obviously to attract big investors, because when they're trading too low, a lot of funds won't pick this up if the stock is trading below $5, or some of them even below $10. But here is the downside to reverse splits, okay? And it states it perfectly right here. Generally, a reverse stock split is not perceived positively by market participants. It indicates that the stock price has gone to the bottom and that the company management is attempting to inflate the prices artificially without any real business proposition. Basically, you are going from trading at $10 a share to trading at, in this case, would be $100 a share, 10 to 1, okay, or whatever it is, 6 to 60 as of right now, and you're artificially inflating that price. The market cap stays the same, okay? And what I mean by that is if there was a million shares available, you do a reverse split, you're going down to 100,000 shares available, and you're inflating the price times 10. The market cap, the total still equals the same, but it's perception. All right. And it's a deceptive perception. And a lot of times when a company is struggling, okay, they utilize these reverse stock splits. Rarely do you hear of a company that is doing well, that is succeeding, that is growing, that is profitably doing a reverse stock split. If you think about some of the most recent stock splits that we've seen, okay, some of the big ones, you have Nvidia, you have Amazon, you have Tesla, You have Google, okay? Tesla might be a little bit, up for some, some debate on that one, but these are companies that have shown to be doing well, okay? They have, longevity. Obviously everyone except for, the debate of Tesla, they are very profitable, they're innovative, they're companies that are going to withstand the tell of time, okay, especially if electric vehicles, can hang on to this. But we're talking about e-commerce, Google, semiconductors, chips. They're big companies, they're doing well. There's reasons why they did regular stock splits, okay? When you're doing the inverse of that, a lot of times it is a red flag for struggle. This is coming from the trader side of me, okay? There's a couple things. When you hear the word offering, it's an immediate sell. When you hear reverse stock split, it's an immediate ride it up and short the top. Okay. And this is completely from the trader me, what I've learned over the years. Okay. So that is my opinion on the reverse stock split. When you take out and talk about, take out the facts what I've just stated and talk about some of the speculation, guys, I know I don't make videos like I did. And the reason being for that is because a lot of this was based on a lot of the stuff that people talked about was based on speculation. Some of it was facts, but some of it was also just, some fallacies of that we didn't really know. Is what the specific topic being market manipulation, or is what the specific topic being talked about from other people something that is not true? And if you think about how catalysts have worked for AMC, they haven't really done too well. And what I mean by that is think about, we have, going all the way back to, stocks on the threshold list, the SSR list was a catalyst, the zero shares available, the cost to borrow, okay, the dividend. I remember everybody was so excited, okay, when they did the stock split via dividend, for GameStop. You have the share count, you have the DRS, you have the T plus 90, the T plus 35, you have, everything with the failure to delivers. It was nonstop. There was always the catalyst, and you watch certain people would create videos and talk about, Reddit posts and stuff. It was always that one catalyst. And when you think back, none of those catalysts have been the one thing that has made, AMC do what you want it to do. And everybody has a different opinion, different perception. So when it comes to this, when you talk about some of the speculative stuff where other people are like, oh, this is what's going to happen. It's, Adam Aaron's doing and this and that. It's, well, just talk about the straight facts of what a reverse stock split does to companies, and take a look at what has happened with previous companies. Like I said, you can go look at dry ship. Okay. So that is my opinion on this. I feel like this is a kind of a very risky thing for AMC to do, given the history of reverse stock splits. I'm still holding with you guys, which I've shown. Okay. So therefore, obviously I do want whatever decision to go through to be very, positive for AMC. There is a part of me that feels like this will go through, okay, or at least it's close to going through. And the reason being, and I've said this before, when you go back to, the early to mid 2021, when Adam Aaron wanted to raise the amount of shares available, okay, he pulled that off, as a question, okay, for the voting. He pulled that off the table. And the reason being is because he knew, okay, that the backlash from retail, and he knew that the votes were not coming in his favor. So therefore, he decided to come out, all right, and try to play hero and say, listen, I'm going to take it off the favor, off the list to be, of the questions. But in reality, he already knew it wasn't going to go through. Okay. So this is not happening as of yet. Okay. As of yet. So therefore, I believe there is some indication that there is at least a, halfway decent chance that this is going to go through. Last thing I want to talk about is this, allegation up against Adam Aaron and AMC. Okay. From another fund talking about this, and it kind of goes into detail. It seems like it's some of it is a little bit speculative, some of it is facts, but it all goes into, how much they can really prosecute against this, what the difference between, what analysts and, our freaking media does, okay, versus the difference what Adam Aaron did. But the biggest reason why I get just, reading through most of this, I didn't go through every single thing, but the biggest, thing that stands out to me is they're trying to prevent that artificial dilution. If you already have stocks that have been jumping on this stock, for quite some time, just pummeling down. Well, what happens when you artificially get that price to, let's say, back to be where $60, it just gives more room to the downside. Okay. Right now we're sitting at $6. we're getting to a point to where the downside is not so favorable. Look at this 3-year chart. The downside is not so favorable when you're down here. Okay, whatever when you're way up here, the downside can be pretty, it could be a little bit more lucrative. You got a lot more room to move down, and based on history, that's what happens with these. So guys, I hope in this video, one, like I said, guys, I'm still holding with you. I'm still going to hold with you. Okay, I can afford to do so. All right, obviously I'm very active. I have tried as as hard as I can, especially with everybody inside the group, to help, teach people to try different ways and strategies to be able to profitably, be inside the market and trade and, and potentially invest. We're not really getting back to that, bull market, in my opinion, as of yet, but there will come a time where we'll have, those runs, have those squeezes, those speculative stocks, getting the long-term blue chips and really ride that wave high. Okay. But this is just my opinion. And like I said, it is based off on straight facts, nothing speculative, straight facts on history of companies with reverse stock splits. Obviously, guys, before, people in the comments, oh, what about, General Electric, or what about, so forth. Like, there are a couple of companies that have done very well from reverse stock splits. Okay. There are, but speaking, as a whole, it's not normally beneficial for companies. So guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.